What did you make of the game, Gabster?
I thought Middlesbrough started the game off the better team, scored a very good goal. Southampton looked a bit nervy at the start, but then Southampton took control. They're the better team. I know they finished on the same points. I think it was 80 points, but Southampton were far the better team, had more second half. Middlesbrough, they couldn't get out. They couldn't get any attacks going.
It must be frustrating to the goal that eventually won it for them to concede like that. It's
I've seen goals like that before.
Should the defender flick it away? Should the goalkeeper get to it?
It's hard, isn't it? Because the defender's gone to head it, and maybe he thinks like, I'm stretching. If I touch it, I'm going to score an own goal.
It did look like that.
The goalkeeper's expecting the defender to head it. It was unlucky, but it was deserved. They had by far the better bench. The subs that they were able to bring on, Southampton. But it was one hell of a spicy game, mate.
It was very
spicy.
spicy.
It was kicking off. The managers were kicking off. It just felt like a game that you'd love to be involved in, where, like, I could imagine every player on the pitch wanted to kick each other.
Yeah.
You can't. You got to be careful. Thought the referee was outstanding, not to give a red card.
How nice is it to have a game without VAR? By the way?
It was amazing.
There was a penalty incident in that where was he pulled back, was he not? And it was just like, the refs decided, and then you just move on with the game. I really like that.
There was loads.
Yeah.
There was like 3 penalty incidents between the both teams, and the referee. The referee was probably thinking, if I'm not 100%, I'm not giving it. And that's how we've loved the game.
I agree.
It was play on, tackles that maybe could have been a red card, wasn't even a yellow card at times, because when slowed down, it looks a lot worse. I really enjoyed the game, and I loved the spice that was going on in the game as well between both teams.
So Southampton, they're heading to Wembley, or are they? Martin Ziegler is reporting in the Times that they could face new sporting sanctions for their rule breaches, including expulsion from the playoff final on May the 23rd. A game, of course, you can hear live on talkSPORT. What do you make of that? That for me, that's just insanity to suggest.
Overkill.
That. Yeah.
Listen, I get it. Spygate, spying, it's not on. But what would they really learned from watching Middlesbrough training? That's what was so bizarre from Southampton. What are you going to learn that you can't go and look at every video of Middlesbrough's games this season and understand what they do from set pieces, what's their tactics going to be? And you're by far the better team for me than Middlesbrough. So it's very odd. But to say that there's a chance of Middlesbrough going, it's not going to happen, mate. It's too much of a short turnaround.
When you see football clubs now overspending and getting done for financial fair play, all they've done is dock points, right? Imagine saying to one of the clubs, right, you've broken the rules, we'll kick you out of the league.
Yeah, what about Man City? When we finally find out what's happening,
that's ever going to be found out, is it?
115 charges. When will it be? 2040?
Yeah.
Okay, all those titles you won. No, come on, it's not going to happen.
No, it won't.
Let's be realistic. And Southampton players haven't done anything. The Southampton fans haven't done anything. It's the football club. It's the manager that's maybe allowed that to happen. Massive fine. And
move on.
Yeah, move on. I don't think you can start saying, okay, Middlesbrough are going to the final, or Hull are going straight up, or Southampton start with less points if they get promoted. Well, that's nonsense.
It's obviously on everyone's mind because for the second time in 4 days, Southampton boss Ton Eckhart's press conference was ended early due to more questions about Spygate. Middlesbrough's Kim Hellberg said he was heartbroken by the defeat and calls Saints' behaviour disgraceful. Now, on the Sports Bar last night, O'Hara and Cundy discussed whether or not Southampton were bang out of order.
Oh. I don't think it's cheating.
What do you mean?
Just don't get caught.
What do you mean? It's cheating.
It's not cheating.
It is a form of cheating.
It's not a form of cheating, but if you are cheating, don't get caught.
Is texting another woman cheating?
What are you saying to her?
Well,
you tell me what I'm saying, I'll tell you it's cheating.
We're just having a little chat. We're having a,
No, it's not cheating.
We're having a little chat, be a bit flirty.
Right, okay, what am I saying? You give me the context of the text and I'll tell you it's cheating.
Say, I see you at the bar the other day. I got your number and I thought I'd give you a message. I thought you look really pretty.
That's not cheating in my book.
You're a disgrace. You're a disgrace.
Oh, it's not cheating, is it?
What do you mean? It's a form of cheating.
It's not.
It is.
No, it's not. It's fine.
You can't get away with that.
No, I think you wouldn't.
You can't get away
but here's the thing. I ain't got caught. Delete the text.
Dangerous game.
They actually know they're on air having that conversation.
Dangerous game that is, mate.
Yeah, I like the way O'Hara said, I seen in the bar, didn't it? I was like, I think you said that before then.
Yeah,
that was a little bit too quick, wasn't it?
Got married 2 weeks ago. Be careful, guys. Be very careful. Imagine.
It's okay because he presents one of the biggest shows on radio, doesn't he?
Exactly.
He's famous soccer
No
player.
one would ever leave a guy that does that.
No one would ever leave
Never,
that.
ever. He'd be stupid.
Unless he doesn't have his own parking post. right? So is it cheating or not? Not the girl bit, the football bit. What's
Listen,
your view on it?
I think it is cheating, but like, I would look at it and say, what are they really learning from it? Some people might say it's clever. I don't agree with that. I've seen some people say it's clever. Have Southampton, Middlesbrough got to do better to stop people being able to do that.
Yeah.
Where are they training? You know, like, can they block out their training sessions, which you shouldn't have to do? I get it. But I'll just look at the two games. Middlesbrough were the better team in the first leg. Southampton took their chances in the second leg. Middlesbrough were wasteful in that first leg. But I think someone's got to come out and make a statement and say, listen, Southampton, you can prepare for the final. There won't be anything of the sort that you're going to be kicked out of the playoff final.
Also, so if they're kicked out, what happens?
Does Middlesbrough play Hull?
So they've lost the game on aggregate, and then they're reinstated.
I think Hull.
I think that's even as mad.
Yeah, and then Middlesbrough go up. Then Hull might kick off and say,
yeah, we shouldn't be playing them. Yeah, you're right. You're going to have a big can of worms.
Big can of worms. And Simon Jordan said yesterday, didn't he, that
what did he say? Say exactly how he said it.
You know, it's going to be absolute carnage if Southampton win. I mean, the FA would very hope so.
Hold on. Simon,
the FA would very much hope so that, Middlesbrough win the game.
Right, Simon. Oh. Don't know what happened there. Went into a time loop. Right, you can give us a call this morning, 03717223334. You can give us your calls, Southampton fans, Borough fans, and, of course, the rest of you. What should happen next? Should Saints be thrown out the playoffs? That's madness. Or I think a fine would be fine.
Or make a new rule. Make a new rule that you know.
From now.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
You make a rule.
Yeah,
it's not just a fine.
So if you break the law, look, that's the law you've broken.
That's the law you've broken, forfeit, cheating.
Yeah.
You forfeit the next game.
I agree with that. The big story, the big one you're waking up to this morning is what the punishment should be for Southampton for spying on Middlesbrough ahead of their playoff semi-final. Can they be kicked out of the final? I say no. Gabby says no as well.
No.
I think it's madness. Stuart, the Southampton fan. I wonder what he'll say. Good morning, Stuart.
Good morning, Stuart.
Good morning, boys. How are we?
Yeah, good, man. Very well. How are you today?
Yeah, not too bad. A bit of a sore throat from last night. It was great.
Screaming at the telly, were you?
No, I was there. The game.
Oh, you were there?
Yeah, the ref was horrendous, and I thought he was going to lose control.
Well, do you know what? We were talking about that earlier on, about games without VAR in. Even though you're going to get some really poor decisions, sometimes I think the flow of the game is much better. If there's a goal, if there's an incident and the ref blows his whistle, makes a call, it's done and we move on. I really do like that.
Throughout the season, it's been like that, and we've had some big calls against us and some big calls for us. So, for me, the Championship's the league to be in.
I think for me, Stuart, as well, being an attacker, when you score a goal, you used to always look at the linesman and say, "Oh, flag's not up, goals. No matter what I've scored." Now, you're scared to do a celebration in the Premier League because they're going to find a way to disallow the goal somehow.
Yeah, and the Spygate stuff is really getting to me now.
Yeah,
like, we've not been proven of anything yet, or disproven. I understand that, but like you said earlier, us supporters and the team's done nothing wrong. We need to enjoy the moment, and we're off to Wembley.
Can I ask? You are right. You are innocent until proven guilty. If it is proved to be that there was a spy in the camp, what do you think the punishment will and should be?
I think it should just be a fine and move on. You know, all this.
I bet you do.
What are they going to do? What can they do? They're not. It's not fair on Millwall, is it? If they lose.
What do you mean it's not fair on Millwall?
Well, if Middlesbrough then go straight through because they lost.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Surely they should have had a playoff between Millwall and Middlesbrough.
Imagine that.
To play Hull.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen, mate. I think there's too much going on with it. The game's in what? Is it 2 weeks' time?
Yeah.
When you get lawyers involved and stuff, I don't think
there's no way in a million years they'll be kicked out. It just won't happen.
Yeah,
and you're right. You make a very good point that these things do take time.
Oh, of course.
So it will be a retrospective.
And there's no rule in the rule book that says if you get caught spying, you get kicked out of the game. So you can't make up a new rule.
No, but they still make up rules for if you breach FFP, right?
Exactly.
They come out with a 4-point, 6-point. They literally make it up on the spot.
Some teams' cases get done within a few months.
Yeah.
Some 20 years.
Man City.
Incredible, isn't it?
I think there'll be a day in about 15 years where someone goes, "What happened to the Man City cases?" And you go, "Oh, I forgot about that."
Yeah.
They're sweeping it under the carpet so well, aren't they?
Yeah.
I wonder where. I mean, there's no official state. I don't know why I'm talking about that because it won't come to fruition. We'll just never find out.
It's just odd, isn't it? Just make a decision and then you go from there. But the Spygate issue is going to be talked about for the whole day. But come on, you got to speak. You got to speak sense and just say, listen, Southampton, you're in the wrong. Stupid thing to do.
And also, what would they have learnt from it?
Exactly. It's not as if they've learnt something from spying and that's the reason they won over 2 legs.
The goal,
the better team.
The goal that eventually won it, right? That didn't come from a spy saying, if you're on the right hand side and you curl one in, there's confusion between the defender and the goalkeeper.
But what I'll tell you though, if I was Middlesbrough, I'm throwing everything at it.
Oh God, yeah,
everything.
I'm going for it.
Oh,
get him kicked out of the league.
The best lawyers
kicked
possible.
Out of the league.
Yes.
I don't think anyone. I hope it doesn't happen. I think it'd be nuts.
If you're Hull, you're just like, yeah. Maybe Hull get involved.
Yeah, Hull should. It'd be like Palace and Villa. Yeah. Was it? No, Palace and
Forest.
It'd be like that, wouldn't it?
Hilarious, mate.
Yeah, we don't want to see that.